Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to Michigan, site to race number 21 of the NRSL Hooters Series, season number 4, and joining me yet again is Stephen Powell III.
Hello, guys.
It is an all Ganassi lockout of the front row as Isaac Flickinger will start alongside second in the points Hunter Braxton. The defending champion Alex May will start alongside Tim Randolph in row 2, with Max Anderson and Time Pollard row 3, Alexander Rowe and Charles Sanford row 4, and Alger Baranowskis and Henry Williams make up row number 5. Here's the rest of the starting grid as I hand it over to Stephen for his thoughts and predictions.
Well, like we seen yesterday in the truck race, I expect people or saw Amanda Shelley win from the 28th position, so the back of the field will get to the front in this 20-lap sprint. As we see in the back of the field, Jess and a few other guys are in the back of there, so I'll wait to get to the row where Jess is. Amanda Shelley, who actually won yesterday, is in that row. And Swanson, Clemens, and Qualls are kind of the favorites to come up to the front. Jess has got a humongous points lead. There's still nothing battling as me and William Brock are the last row.
Yeah, so Jess comes in with a 438-point lead. I've literally never seen that happen, and I'm astonished that it's happened this season. Time Pollard is 467 points back. Kev Shear 487 back, and those are the only three within 500 points of the points lead. Rest of the top 10 is Mary Shelley, Sam Young, Sky Commons, Jerry Shelley, Zach Flickinger, and Amanda Shelley. It is 649 points back to 10th place as here comes the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
8 onboards that we will carry today. We will start with the dominant car of the season, Jessica Shelton, carrying our Chevy onboard camera. As someone did not get going. Trouble for someone. We'll have to figure out. Oh no. It's Hunter Braxton! Well, so good time as any to say this. Hunter Braxton's carrying our Dodge onboard.
Not anymore.
Time Pollard, the AutoZone onboard. Kev Shear, the Ford onboard camera. Mary Shelley, the Geico onboard camera. Sam Young, the Hefty onboard camera. Sky Commons, the Free Credit onboard camera. And last but not least, Dylan Young, carrying the Toyota onboard camera.
Man, what is wrong today?
Was there anyone else? Worth mentioning this. Dylan Young was the first wild card coming into this one. He and Zachary Fitzwater were the 2 wild cards.
Was there some lead and some gas tanks?
So issues for Hunter Braxton, who's second in points, and Dylan Young 13th in points. One of our 2 wild cards. As so now
Has
the
that ever
front.
happened before?
I don't think it's happened before where someone's actually broken down on the start. Yes, but I believe that is the first time I've had 2 people on the same row break down. Front row is now Isaac Flickinger and Alex May, and the Binford Tools 350 is green.
Dylan Young and Hunter Braxton are going to need some Binford tools at this rate.
Major props to anyone who gets the reference, by the way, of this race sponsor.
Anybody lived in the 90s will get the reference.
Well, I mean, not necessarily. It depends on how much they watched of stuff. But hey, as Flickinger now clears, as well as Randolph and Anderson. Anderson now makes the move on Randolph as they're 3 wide towards the middle of the pack.
Well, last race, in the truck race, we saw a wreck earlier on in the race, which caused the problem. So we'll see what happens. The same thing today.
And neither one of the 2 guys who broke down the start have made their way back on track yet, as Time Pollard now goes for second. Meanwhile, Alger Baranowskis, Mary Shelley, and Alexander Rowe battling for position.
Mary Shelley, Time, and Jess have been the 3 dominant cars the last 2 weeks, and Time and Shelley are up here right now.
And Shelton's still stuck on that outside line right now, falling back as Randolph now makes the move back on the 10 of Anderson.
Here he comes as Mary comes to the field.
Yep, Shelley's going to make the move there for 4th, follows through, and now tries to make the move on Randolph as they come down the front straightaway.
Isaac's looking strong right now, but yesterday we saw Card Pollard obviously had the best truck and was able to hold the lead, so we'll see how long Isaac stays up there for.
Meanwhile, Johnny Gardner throws it in there deep.
Well, Johnny threw it in last week in Milwaukee and crashed the field. Here comes Time Pollard.
Yep. Battle for the race lead now as Time Pollard tries to make the move on the 41. All important bonus points here on the line for the AutoZone Chevy.
Well, besides getting taken out last week in Milwaukee, Time won Indy, second at Lime Rock. So running really good for the 21 team. The two cars also running good, so RCR's got a strong program this season.
And 5 bonus points to the AutoZone Chevy as he tries to take back over the second spot in points.
Well, the last time Mary Shelley and Time Pollard were in the first two, they got taken out, so we'll see what happens this time.
And Tim Randolph lost a bunch of ground there through turn 1 and 2. Kyle Matthews now making the move towards the front as Johnny Gardner sent to the outside line.
Push. This comes Oreo on the bottom. Here comes Charles making it 3 wide.
RJ Reynolds also starting to make some moves towards the front of the field. And here comes Flickinger. That Juicy Fruit Dodge is running strong so far.
At least he started, unlike his teammate.
Well, 38 and the 42 have officially technically taken the green. As Dylan Young now joins the track, Hunter Braxton still sitting on pit lane. Currently has lost 3 laps. Looks like he'll be a 4th lap down now as Mary Shelley goes to the race or goes for the race lead. Okay, never mind. Dylan Young joins the race 4 laps down. Braxton now goes a 5th lap down.
If anybody needs a win, it's definitely that 63. It's he's almost below 30th in points. This would give him an automatic, not automatic, but a pretty good lock to the chase.
As Shelton now in the middle, 3 wide back here in the 14th position apparently.
To see the position.
And actually clears the 99 going into 3. So Shelton now starting to make her way up towards the front following that 66 of Enzo Nereza.
Hey, you know what I also mentioned? Coming from the back of the field, the 89 is Stephen Paul third, started dead last. And he's already under the top 16.
Well, 41st.
Technically.
Well, I mean, he ended up being last out of the 40 cars to take the green with us, but he was in the 41st spot.
Yes, as here comes Charles Billy. Like I said,
he won before. I believe he won a Coke Vanilla Cup Series race here at this very track at one point. So definitely no stranger to victory lane here at Michigan.
The season 2 Daytona 500 winner and the Dover winner coming
season
up.
Season 3. Oh wait, never mind. You're talking about Sam Young?
Oh, no, Sam Young won the season 2. Charles won the season 3. So here comes 25.
And actually, I believe that was actually the season 4 Daytona 500.
Well, anyways, our worst nightmares are coming through the field. Here comes Jess trying to...
Well, I mean, the field's worst nightmare. I mean, let's be honest. We're impartial about this, right?
Yes, we are, because Jess, if this is not what the field wanted to see, as Jess will expand the points. So definitely on Hunter Braxton
and Time Pollard's behind her, so...
Yeah, this is Time Pollard's worst nightmare. Let's go with that.
Okay, that will give you. As Stephen Paul III tries to make it 3 wide now on Rowe and Young.
But the thing is, right now, it's way too early in the race to be up here because you're just going to drop to the back. So you're going to have to see who can come up to the field and make the move.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's a 4-car breakaway up at the front right now, so...
Well, we don't have the Ford truck going 120 on the straight, so...
And Bafode Sacco now goes to 2nd, Jessica Shelton to 3rd. That car has been quick all week and didn't show it in qualifying, but has been good on the speed charts the rest of the weekend and now is up in 3rd. Shelton, also a former winner on the Cup side here at Michigan, actually worth mentioning, yes, last season.
Her only win last season came in this race in the 43, so definitely a strong track for her.
Last time that the Petty 43 has been to victory lane in the Cup Series, actually. So
the last time the Petty 43 was relevant in the Cup Series.
Well, I mean, they weren't very relevant last season, let's be honest.
Very true, but they're doing a lot better than they did with Kev right now.
And Stephen Paul III going for 5th on Enzo Nereza.
Another guy who needs a win, and what an impressive way to start last on the grid and go for the win. As the top 3, I think we need Charles and Jess. That's going to be interesting.
As Shelton nearly puts the bumper to the 63, new leader at Michigan. As Sacco now makes the move on Sky Commons down the back straightaway, 3 wide for second. And Shelton's going to be able to check out a little bit.
It's way too early, but I'm telling you, the 89 drive the race.
As Pollard trying to go for second now on the 8 and the 25. And Shelton now gets 5 bonus points of her own for leading a lap.
And Time Pollard is crushing.
Yeah, I was going to say, those are now 5 irrelevant points for Time Pollard, so.
It's going to be interesting. It's a little way for Time Pollard and someone inside the top 15 maybe having the car, but like you said, time of breakaway, so it'll be interesting.
As Shelton not able to break fully away, as now Binford Sacco starts to close back in on the 2 car.
But like Jess's best stat is consistency, so seeing her in the lead, it's going to be a little dangerous for the field.
3 wide for 5th here. Kyle Matthews, Enzo Nereza, and PJ Williams.
PJ is another guy who could use a win.
Definitely. Actually still looking for that first win. Or actually, no, mind. He's looking for his second win, but he is below 30th in points right now, so just needing a solid run for starters.
Impressed by Time Pollard, able to hang on that bottom line. You might have a chance for the win. As now we're getting to the time where it'd be really good to get to the front where you can't fall too far back. As here comes Sky Commons the second.
Yep, Commons took second away from Binford Sacco, and now that allows Shelton to gap the field a little bit. So we have a little bit of frame rate going into turn number 1 there, sorry.
Remember, Steven also won in the red 89 allowance, so maybe it's a good luck charm for them.
Maybe. Kyle Matthews' good luck charm last season seemed to be when he ran a Dodge 38 as opposed to the Chevy 38, so who knows, maybe there's something to it as Sacco now makes the move once again for second. Kyle Matthews, speaking of the devil, now coming up for 4th.
Now this is the point. Now, I think Steven was sandbagging a little bit, but could he kill him because he doesn't want to get the lead and fall back. But it's going to be a little hard to pass Jess. The 2 cars very, very fast.
Worth mentioning, Jessica Shelton set the quickest lap of the race earlier on, so.
And we also remember Jess won Milwaukee too. We trying to become the first 3-time winner of the season.
First 3-time winner of the season and win back-to-back races. The first time that one would have happened in a while. Actually, I think Jess would have been the last person to have done it back in season 2.
Yeah, well, Jonathan Zorline did in the truck series, but we're talking about the Hooters here.
Yeah, I think the last one I can recall, the last person I can recall winning 2 races in a row in the Hooters series is Jessica Shelton when she drove the 42 car, ironically enough.
Yes, I remember. I think I was calling the races back then too.
You called a couple of them, and you might have said a thing or two when she went for the 3rd win in a row.
You know what? You live by your mistakes, and you live by that 10-day ban. But anyways, here comes
Meanwhile, Paul Swanson, the 03 Toyota, looking for the 6th position, I believe, there on the 25 car. Maybe not. I guess that is for 5th.
Steve Pollard dropping back, but I don't think Osaka had anything for the two car being very strong here.
As James Qualls trying to lead a 4-car pack back up here and give themselves a shot at this.
I mean, if they get up there, it's just the 2 is pulling them on the straights.
As Sacco now back in that draft of the 2 car, going to close in down the front straightaway.
What's James Qualls doing up here in 3rd? Isn't he the guy who runs top 15 every week?
That's the truck series. I think Sacco might be able to make a move here through 1 and 2.
Nice block by Jess holding that.
Never mind. I thought she would be. I thought the 8 car would have been able to, but no. As Paul Swanson now makes the move for 5th on the 25 car.
Like I said, the 2 car doing a good job parking the bus on the bottom so the 8 can't go underneath her. She's running as low as possible, and that's where you have to pass.
And now here comes James Qualls with a run off turn number 4. This is exactly what that 2 car wants to see.
Snaking down the back, 2 to go, trying now block the 26 as the 8 will get a little dirty air.
As now Sacco's going to lose some spots here. Can James Qualls make a move? And here comes Kyle Matthews in the 24 car.
I don't think Kyle has a win this season. I could be wrong.
No, he does not. Although he is going to need about 2 wins to actually be in the wild card hunt.
Now, Amanda Shelley started 28th, Jess started 30th. So whoever's starting 28th to whoever's starting 29th tomorrow in the Cup race is winning.
Meanwhile, Swanson now making the move on Kyle Matthews. Remember, tomorrow actually is 10 laps longer as well.
I think 20 actually.
It's a 30-lap race. Meanwhile, here comes the 26. James Qualls down the back straightaway. 1 lap to go here, or half a lap to go at Michigan.
How bad does Qualls want it? He's got to have to drive Qualls deep into the corner.
Qualls looking for his first win on the season.
Not going to do it. Jess has got it.
And he's not going to be able to get there. No. Off turn number 4, winning 2 in a row. Jessica Shelton wins the Binford Tools 350.
And Time Pollard concedes.
As we go caution-free at Michigan, by the way.
You know, the thing is, Time Pollard entered this race 467 back. He's going to be 500 points back at the end of this race.
By the way, remember, Hunter Braxton's going to finish last.
So Jess is going to have a 500 points lead under my calculations after this race. Ladies and gentlemen, the series is over. Go home.
Worth mentioning as well, this was race 21. That is her 15th top 10 finish of the season.
Once again.
She has 3 wins, 12 top 5s, and 15 top 10s. I'm dumbfounded at this point. Oh, nice pit stall.
Look at that pit stall. That's the most interesting pit stall ever.
Nice pit stall.
And I will say, the ratings are not, I have seen them myself. This is legit the most dominating NR performance ever.
I mean, I even talked to James Qualls about it, who runs literally the old school format. Like, we run the old school numbers, but with more current formats. He runs literal old school format and everything. And he's never seen someone get up to a 400-point lead in his series at any point. So
this is all legit, too. This is amazing.
So the top 10 today: Jessica Shelton, James Qualls, Bafode Sacco, Sky Commons, Paul Swanson, Johnny Gardner, Time Pollard, PJ Williams, Kyle Matthews, and Alger Baranowskis. How about that? The 20 with a top 10.
I know, that's only the second one of the season for them.
Yeah, they're still looking for their first top 5, but... also, Isaac Flickinger, unable to get his first top 5 from pole position. He finishes the day in 20th. William Flickinger now has the fewest top 10s on the season. He finished the day in 27th. And RJ Reynolds fell from, what was that starting spot again?
Third.
From 3rd to 39th. I mean, he's not going to be last in points. I know that much. Daniel James, a better effort this week, 25th, so.
And let's look at the bottom again. Kev got 28. He was 4th in points. Mary Shelley was 5th. 35th. So we might be 500 or 600. Who knows?
So I'm not even gonna exaggerate this. Jessica Shelton might have clinched her spot in the chase today. Well, actually, wait. She actually did. Let's be honest. She's got 3 wins and she can't even fall outside the top 30. She just clinched her spot in the chase. If we do have a chase, Jessica Shelton is clinched into it. So.
I think the 500-point ceiling is going to happen after this race.
Steven, your final thoughts, though, besides all that?
Well, it was definitely a good race like I expected. Like I mentioned in the pre-race, I expected Jess and the guys in the back to be strong. Started 30th, so look for 29th in the Cup race tomorrow to win. Good race throughout the field. Isaac followed back to the rear. We saw a lot of passing, a really clean race. Hopefully we see the same thing in Cup. Good win to Jessica. Next week, we're going to Lion Rock again, and I expect Jess to win her 3rd race in a row.
Most Sport.
We're going to Most Sport, so I expect Jess to win again. Or maybe one of the Pollards, because Steve Paul won at Most Sport.
So with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't today for more gaming and racing-related content. I'm Gordon Fantano1. Congrats to Jessica Shelton on the win, and I'll see you next time.
See you guys.